Welcome to Inside the District. I am Matt Mazzone, Superintendent of Schools. And on our show, we like to highlight our schools. And today we have a special guest, and we have Mr. Eric Reissek, Principal of Silver Run Elementary School. So welcome, Mr. Reissek.
Thank you, Dr. Mazzone. Appreciate being here.
Yeah. So hopefully you watch some of the show, what we do. So first, we're going to start off that I want everyone to learn a little bit about yourself. So take us through where you were born and raised. Where did you grow up?
So I was born and raised in Cumberland County, if I need to be specific.
Yeah, I love that you said that.
Yeah. I was trying to leave off the violin part.
Yeah, fair enough.
But born and raised in Violin, attended Violin schools, went to Violin High School.
Right.
Graduated in 1998, which seems like forever ago. Went to Richard Stockton College of New Jersey. Right. At the time, it's now Richard University. Status, and spent 4 years there pursuing a degree in education. While there, I was a participant in their track and field program, and was a pole vaulter to be specific.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about that. So I grew up with Mr. Reissek, so I was on even the neighboring school of Buna, but and I knew Eric back in the day, and the one thing that I knew about Eric was he was a phenomenal track athlete. So I'll sing your praises here. So what did you do in the pole vault? And I knew you were like top ranked around, right?
I had a lot of success both in high school and in college. It was a great experience for me. I really got talked into the event. The only event I ever did was pole vaulting, and I really got into it through my sister. My sister talked me into it as a freshman in high school.
She was a pole vaulter?
She was not, but my father was.
Oh, he was?
And
okay.
So, heights really aren't my thing, which is crazy to say.
Yeah.
But she got me involved in it, and from there it was just great. I set the school record at Violin in my junior year. And then reset it again in my senior year. I was, I think, 2-time South Jersey champ and 1-time Group 4 state champ.
Group 4 state champ?
Yeah, in high school. And my best jump there was 14.7. So I still hold the school record at Violin.
Nice.
Yeah. I left and spent, like I said, 4 years at Stockton, and enjoyed the experiences there in their program. Got a chance to travel up and down the East Coast and set records up and down in different meets and activities. I finished out my career there as a 2-time All-American, my best finish being 3rd, and my best jump being 16 feet 1 inches. So,
amazing.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
You know what? I am scared of heights. I am so scared. So my wife and I, when we went for our honeymoon, we did the Grand Canyon, and we were going to go and do a big tour, go down to the Colorado, but we get there the day before, and I look over that cliff. I'm like, we need to cancel this ASAP. So I don't know how you like being that high up in the air.
You know what? It's momentary from start to finish. You're talking about, it's a matter of seconds. So yeah, I'm with you. I don't want to stand on the cliff of anything and look over the side. But there's nothing like that feeling when you've made your jump, your successful jump, and you're falling down to the mat, and you've cleared the bar, and you see it still standing, and it's just a great feeling.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
so
it really is.
Take us through, so again, decorated high school career along with college. Take us through the whole process of why you chose education, and what did that look like?
Well, it wasn't a straight path for me. I really started college, and my ambitions were to be a physical therapist. And I had a chance to do some hours in the field as part of an internship, and ultimately decided it wasn't the right path for me. And at the time, I had accrued the number of credits, which I believe was 60, and I began substitute teaching. And once that began, I just fell in love and enjoyed kids. If you'd asked me as a high schooler, would you be an educator? Would you be a teacher? I would have said no. Right. But once getting back into the classroom as a teacher, I enjoyed it so much.
Let me guess, because I don't know what you taught, but I'm going to think of something. I'm thinking you were a math teacher.
Close. Biological science.
Yeah,
I also taught some physical science.
There you go.
Usually, for the most part, when people usually guess, they tell me, "Oh, you're a phys ed teacher." But
I would not say that.
No.
I mean, I love phys ed.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But I think Mr. Barber right now is probably super excited. Yeah, that you were a science guy.
For sure. I love science. I loved even more teaching it. It was a great experience. I taught 10th, 11th, and 12th graders in Violin, and spent 7 or 8 years doing that, and it was a great time in my career.
Beautiful. And then, so then you took the step. It's a positive step to become an administrator, right? So what did that look like? So you left the classroom. What was your first administrative job?
So really, the idea behind moving into administration for me was, in my classroom, I could impact 120 kids, but the idea of being able to impact more.
Yeah.
And so when you step into that administrative role, it opens doors. You have the ability to impact more people, students, staff, with some initiatives, and that was really the driving force behind me moving forward. I didn't wait long to take those steps. I started my teaching career in 2002, 2003, and by the end of that first year, I had already began taking courses to move in that direction. I believe we took a couple courses together.
Yeah. So what was your first administrative job? Vice principal?
Actually, my first administrative position was, it was called an administrative assistant. I was in charge of one of the small learning communities when Vineland rolled that project out, and I did that for 3.5 years. Okay.
And then where did you end up in Vineland? Were you a principal in Vineland schools?
So small learning communities were relatively short-lived, and we ended up going away from that direction, and then ultimately a position opened up at the middle school, Landis Middle School, and I spent 6 years there as the assistant principal.
Right.
So great experience.
And then you moved, after 6 years, you moved over to Millville.
I did.
Right. And your first position here was Silver Run?
Principal at Silver Run, yes.
All right. And how many years have you been at Silver Run?
Going on 9.
9 years.
Yeah.
That's a great tenure.
It's been a wonderful experience. I've had the privilege through my educational career to work at all 3 levels, coming from as a teacher, quasi-administrator at the high school, to spending 6 years as the middle school assistant principal, and now the last 9 years as the principal at Silver Run. So it's been wonderful being able to see education in its totality from start to finish.
And before we dig into all the great things that are happening at Silver Run, I know family is important to you. So why don't you talk a little bit about your family?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Been married 25, I hope to get 25. 22 years to my beautiful wife, Leanne. She's also in education. She is a speech therapist in the Vineland system. We have 3 beautiful kids together. My daughter, Kylie, who's a sophomore at Richard Stockton College of New Jersey, following in her dad and her mom's footsteps. And a son, Gavin, who's 18, is a senior at Delsea Regional. And I have a 15-year-old freshman, Owen, who is also at Delsea Regional.
Awesome. So you are in the thick of things. So do all
Absolutely.
3? I know 2. Your daughter's a soccer player, right? Your son, Gavin, is a soccer player?
Soccer and baseball.
Yeah, soccer and baseball.
And so is my youngest, soccer and baseball. We stay pretty busy. My part-time job is taxi cab driver to my kids and taking them from their activities and sports, and spending weekends on either baseball fields or soccer pitches.
Yeah.
So.
I need to pick your brain because right now my daughter's, the oldest is 7, and now it's the conversation is like, do we need to play for, these travel teams and whatnot? So I'll pick your brain on a different segment about that. So let's move into talking about Silver Run. And we learned a lot about Silver Run. There's a lot of history behind it. So Silver Run opened their doors in November 1992, and you can see on the screen, an article that was when it opened its doors. But there was conversation going back in the 60s about the need for a new school in Millville. Did you learn anything about Silver Run history? And I'm sure becoming the principal, you hear about a lot of stories from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the newer schools, if not, I think the newest school in Millville. It is a beautiful school, and I can't say enough really great things about it. It's a little bit removed from the community it serves, so we serve typically Center City, Millville, but it's a great space for our students to come and enjoy their educational experience, and we're excited to be opening our doors, and it's got a rich history that we can certainly continue to embrace and want to see grow.
Yeah. Interesting enough, so before Silver Run was built, thank you to the state for doing it. Hopefully the state will continue to provide more, right?
Sure.
Yeah, we need more projects in Millville. Sure. Keep supporting us. But so before Silver Run, students went to Culver, right? I believe they were called the Orange Crush.
Really?
I believe so. Don't quote me on that, but I need a shirt. I need a shirt, something with Culver, right? So now Culver's known as downtown or whatnot. But 770 students went to Culver School.
Wow.
770 students. And because the state was coming in, and I read this from that article, was, they were condemning the school. They were closing different parts of it. So students that attended Culver were pushed out, and the students were attending at churches before Silver Run was
Wow.
built. So students were at the churches, and I learned in some of them right next to Culver, they showed me like they were the classrooms where the kids went to.
Wow.
And then another neat, interesting fact, you may not find it interesting because it's been stressful on your end along with your teachers, was it makes sense when school starts. It's the first week in September. So we open the doors to school. Well, not at Silver Run. So this is the history behind it. So it was delayed. Do you know anything about delayed construction projects?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, right? And we could talk on that. So, and that happened back in 1992. So the school didn't open its door in September. So it started November 30th.
I'm sure that made for an interesting transition mid-year.
Yeah, and you had an interesting transition. So you just finished a big HVAC project at the school.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and thank you to you. And you created a committee to support that transition. And it wasn't, I believe it was smooth by the steps that you took as a school. But again, when we talk about construction, we had a timeline, didn't meet that timeline. So thank you for your patience along with your staff in that.
Absolutely. Whenever you start a project like that, you anticipate that, there's going to be hiccups and things that slow you down and create a little bit of a challenge.
Right.
The important thing is we have a wonderful staff who met that challenge.
Right.
I know, when August starts to roll around and the jitters begin with the start of a new school year, and then you look at the fact that, your building's not quite there, not quite ready. And then we ask ourselves, do we have the basic things that we need to be able to open our doors to kids? Is our building safe? And when we were able to sit back and look at those things, it was. And so, it took a little bit of an adjustment on our part as well as our parents. We made the most. And of course, there was a hot few days there where we started our school year.
Yeah.
But again, excited about how we handled that situation. And again, I think it's a reflection of our staff and the excellence that they have.
Wonderful. All right, Mr. Reissek, let's shift now to the vision and mission. So this is driving your everyday, your why at Silver Run. So tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. The vision at Silver Run is to deliver an exceptional educational experience to the students and families of Silver Run. We feel that's what they deserve. And the reason why we say educational experience, because schools are so much more than just teaching math, science, social studies, and language arts. It's about creating an environment where kids want to be, where they're going to thrive and excel. And so that's our vision, that's our goal. The mission is certainly to inspire students to achieve their personal best and build their emotional, social, and physical well-being in a safe, caring environment. Again, schools are no longer just focused on language arts, math, science, social studies, although those are extremely important, but it's really the whole child. And how do we help them become the best version of themselves so they can be productive members in the community.
Right. And we'll talk more about how, at your school you extend even more than just teaching math and English language arts. So we'll talk about character education as we progress through the show. But let's talk about the inclusivity. So the inclusion model that you have at the school, and you host a lot of our self-contained programs and a lot to be excited about. So let's first talk about the autism program.
Sure, absolutely. It really is a pleasure to have this program in our building. We've got, when I first started there, we had 2 classrooms.
Started with 2.
And we're up to 5 now. It is a wonderful program. I've got, a program's really only as good as the staff that are involved in it. And we've got just some wonderful, wonderful people from the classroom paraprofessionals who embrace kids like they're their own. It's really a warm, loving, caring environment. To the teachers whose knowledge, experience in working with students with autism is second to none. We feel like we have the best program in South Jersey and maybe one of the best programs in the state. And our kids have thrived within the walls of our classrooms. And it really is exciting. It warms my heart. We've gone above and beyond. We've have monthly parent partnerships with our families, which you can see. Again, that's all led from the teachers and the paraprofessionals. This is unpaid time that they come in and they dedicate and they put on these programs for our parents. Something from as simple as helping your child toilet to how to get your child to interact in social situations and settings. We also coordinate some activities with the Millville Police Department so they can become familiar with our students and our students with them and their role in the community. So we're doing a lot of great things with the program, and it's really exciting.
Right, and I know you even have another model where from an autism program you have an inclusion, so you're pushing into classrooms?
We do. We have what we refer to as our autism support program, and we have students who are pushing into general education classrooms and thriving within those rooms. They receive some additional support through a paraprofessional who goes into that classroom. Again, it is really exciting to see those kids thrive in those settings and excel. And again, it's just a testament to the program. We also have a Lego portion to the program where we work with the kids on some of their social skills. And again, we're really seeing these kids blossom in our program. So really exciting. And then the other thing I forgot to mention, we have a coffee cart. Happens every Friday. It just
happened, right?
Or
is it today?
It was supposed to be today, but we had a monthly celebration, so we didn't have it today. But typically every Friday, students within that program go around the building and then they sell items to our staff, and they use it as a fundraiser to help fund some of the projects and activities and things that they do.
Are you a coffee guy?
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not a coffee guy.
All right. Enough of this interview. So you're not. I need to get a cup of coffee, or I love coffee.
Well, listen, coffee, donuts, pretzels.
I don't need any donuts.
There's so much available. So
great happenings in the classroom and even in that push-out model, the push-in model to the regular classrooms. And so the program is called the Champion Program. Now we have another program called the Excel Program, if you want to talk about that.
Sure. Our Excel program is our program that's designed to work with our students who have some behavior challenges. It's a wonderful program. We have 2 classes, up to 12 students in each class. We have 6 staff members who are part of the program, plus a social worker who oversees the program and helps provide support to those students, those families, and the teachers as well. Something we're really excited about. The program is really designed to take in students who are having some behavior challenges that they're exhibiting throughout the district. These aren't just Silver Run students, but kids across the district who have been unsuccessful in some of their other settings. We come in, we work with those students, and the goal is ultimately we want it to be a short stay, help remediate whatever challenges that they're having, both here at the school and at home, and help them be successful and transition them out. It really is a successful program. We've, through the years, and again through my 9 years, the program has been there for 8, and we've exited a number of students each year and streamlined them back into our gen ed programs. And really the process is a gradual one. So kids spend some time in the program, they demonstrate that they can be successful. We have a point and level system that kids earn, and as they earn, and if they can maintain at that highest point level, then they start to work themselves out. And then we slowly reintroduce them to some of the gen ed programs, and then while we're continuing to provide them support. And again, ultimately, we've been far more successful than not, and certainly we're excited about our program and what it does for again the kids in our community.
Wonderful. So thank you for highlighting the Champion Excel program. And so you can hear, I know there's a lot of great things, and you can talk on data all day long. And we'll wait till Miss Silvestri comes and joins us, and we'll talk from a regular ed perspective. But let's now shift to the high school. You have a musical going on. And I believe you're the only elementary school that has a musical at this time. Am I right?
I believe that we are.
Yeah.
Listen, in fairness, they are a ton of work. And so we're excited to be able to do it. This is, I believe, our 3rd year running.
Yeah.
With a musical.
I remember you brought it up. You're like, "Can we do this?" You know, and I was sitting as assistant superintendent. I'm like, "Sounds good. Let's figure this out, right? Give more opportunities for students."
Absolutely, and it's been great. I've seen kids get on stage who you would never expect to get on stage, and to see them light up and glow and have an opportunity to really shine. It's great. I mean, we get to see kids blossom right before our eyes.
Right.
So we have a great show planned this year, the most epic birthday party ever. It's going to be a fun show. We're looking forward to putting that on in March, and our kids are practicing each night and learning their lines, and we're really excited. I think it's going to be a great event. We have two shows during the school day planned for our students, and then 2 in the evening for the families.
Wonderful. Do you have any parts in it?
No,
that's not.
No, I'm a behind the curtain kind of guy.
Are you?
Yeah.
So we got to get you on the stage, I think. So, when I read that, so the most epic birthday party ever, and I'm trying to think back. I'm like, what kind of birthday party? I think when my most epic birthday party when I was a kid, I still remember. So remember when Sammy J's used to be open?
I do.
Yeah, so
oh boy.
As a twin, that was a big ordeal. You go to Sammy J's for the birthday party.
You're going back quite a few years now. So the play is really going to be a great play. The play follows Skylar as she celebrates her 12th birthday party with her friends, but something mysterious happens. All the adults suddenly vanish, and what happens when kids take on the responsibility for being and making the rules. So it's going to be a great play. We're really excited. It's Wednesday, March 19th, and Thursday, March 20th. The show time is at 7 p.m. We'd love to see people come on out and support our students in this wonderful endeavor.
I'll be sure to get it on the calendar. And, just even Friday, Saturday this week, Lakeside is putting on a play, Beetlejuice. Can you say Beetlejuice 3 times?
I don't believe I'm supposed to.
So I believe, so we heard about the inclusion model that you have and how you're supporting the students from, the Champion program, Excel program, the push-in. Now you talked about the arts. So you're just giving it so much opportunity to our students. And that plays a part of the work that your team has done with New Jersey School of Character.
Absolutely. Listen, it all boils down to having really good people, and we certainly have some really good staff at Silver Run. Whether it's putting on a play or expanding the band, or it's building our character education program within our school. And so for the last few years, we've been a school of character, and we've slowly moved up the levels. Our most recent application found us as honorable mention, and we were really close to being a state school of character, so we're going to continue to strive and work towards that. We have some great programs, Club 21, which services our students after school, and as well as a PBIS program during the day. And so we really try to focus on our kids and the positive choices that they're making throughout the day to help encourage them to continue to make those positive choices. We have monthly celebrations that occur. We had one this morning. And it's just wonderful to see our kids celebrated for the kids that are showing up every day and are getting recognized. And, we have a little drawing. Their students stand up and they're recognized. And then they get a drawing and entered into a drawing where they can win a small prize. And so it really is a wonderful piece that we can celebrate our kids. Like I said, attendance being one. Today being the end of our celebration at the end of the second marking period. We had a chance to recognize our students who were honor students, as well as our students who made principals list and call them out and see them get congratulated by their peers is a wonderful thing to do. And then we mix in some minute-to-win-it games, which the kids absolutely love. Every grade, K to 5, participates. And again, just to see them light up and glow. Today they had a race where they hopped over jump ropes, ran around a cone, and raced back. And the kids they had a blast. So it really is great. We have some other fantastic opportunities, the High Impact Tutoring Program. One of the things I'm extremely proud of, a lot of times those programs have limited staffing, and Silver Run teachers always rock it out. We flood the requests for positions, and it allows us to serve a lot of our students. And so it really is exciting to be able to do that, and that's ongoing right now as we speak. And then we have a wonderful safety patrol students who exemplify what it means to be a shark and make us proud by exemplifying those 4B rules: respectful, responsible, safe, and helpful. So.
Mr. Reissek, this was a great segment to learn a lot about yourself, and where you came from. We're not going to hold that against you for being from that place. But you're doing some wonderful things at Silver Run, and thank you for sharing the vision, mission, and all the great programs happening. So we're going to come back, and our next segment, we have a special guest. One of the teachers will be joining from Silver Run. Thank you.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
Welcome back to Inside the District. I'm Dr. Matt Mazzone, Superintendent of Schools right here in Millville. And today we are highlighting Silver Run Elementary School. So in the first segment, we heard from Mr. Eric Reissek, school principal. And now we're going to turn it to the classroom and we're hear more about all the great happenings from the classroom. And we have Miss Shannon Silvestri joining us. So welcome, Shannon.
Hello.
So thank you for coming today. And Shannon was like, I don't want to talk about myself today. And we're not going to force you too much in that, but she does have a lot to say about the great things happening in the classroom. So Shannon is a 5th grade teacher. Right now she teaches math, science, social studies, and probably 100 other things that we'll dig into a little bit. But first, Shannon, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I live in Millville. I did not grow up here, though. I grew up in Newfield, and I did graduate from Buna.
Buna?
Exactly,
Okay, here we go.
Buna girl. And then I went on to, I got accepted at Glassboro State, but then became Rowan College right afterwards I got accepted, and then went to teaching at that point. I knew that I wanted to be a teacher when I did my practicum. That was at Many School under Judy Fagati, and she was wonderful. And then I did my student teaching here at Holly Heights, and I had Ms. Flickcraft for that, and she was even better yet. So once I did those 2 experiences, I knew that that's what I wanted to do.
So what student teaching, what grade were you in?
I was in 4th grade.
4th grade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so you have 26 years in the district.
Mm-hmm.
So you were hired at Silver Run?
No, and my first job was at Little Acres Preschool. I actually taught 2 years of preschool before I came into the public schools.
Okay.
And I spent 1 year in Vineland. I was an adjunct. I don't know if you remember those. That was way before your time, probably.
Was it the 3 sevens?
There were 3 sevens, and then there was
yeah.
adjuncts. So I was an adjunct for a year, and then I came on at Silver Run.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what grade have you been at Silver?
5th grade, the entire
5th grade.
time. Mm-hmm.
And how many years?
This is 26.
At Millville.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. So before we get into what's happening in the classroom, why don't you talk a little bit about your family, if you'd like to share anything about that?
Yeah, I have 2 kids. I could talk about them all the time.
Go for it.
I have 2 kids. My son is a senior at Immaculata University. He will be graduating and going on to Youngstown to become a physical therapist.
Beautiful.
Right now he's on a bus driving to Virginia for his baseball game, so we're waiting to see if he's going to relieve and pitch today, so we'll see what happens with that. My daughter is a sophomore over at CC Tech. She's in the culinary program.
Is she?
Yeah, and she loves it there, so yep. And my husband.
I hear a lot of great things about your husband, too.
My husband's actually right next door.
Yeah.
He's working over there, and we've been married for 22 years, going on 23 years, yeah.
So, you know, Mary DeJackow, one of the assistants at Culver,
Yeah.
she praises you and your husband all the time. So you guys go to church together?
No, that they, her her daughter's married to my husband's boss. Yeah.
Okay.
So they know each other that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's go now and talk about, so you teach math, science, social studies a whole lot. So talk a little bit about, so we're getting into March. What's that look like, fifth grade math?
Fifth grade math in March is a lot of fractions and a lot of getting ready for the NJSLA.
Right.
So we have a lot of prep work to do for that. So we have something called SLAM. Mr. Barber, helped us out with that, getting that together for the past few years. So we've been doing a lot of work with that, with getting, we try to find the test questions from previous years. We pose them to the kids and try to work them through them so they have some experience. And we do that during our SGI time as well, which is our small group instruction. We work with the kids that we want to see push them forward and get them up into the higher levels of the NJSLA.
Perfect. And I know, so you were probably a part of when Eureka came into the district.
Oh, yeah.
So I believe we might be in year 5, 6.
It was pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, right before, So, so you were part of that adoption of Eureka?
Well, I was there when it happened. Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was there when it happened.
And now
we worked through it.
Yeah, and it seems like, and we're seeing some really good progress. I believe, there's even been 30 percentage points. I believe even our numbers of student proficiency is higher pre-COVID than it was in pre-COVID. So we're moving in the right direction with math. We put in some new assessments. So we have iReady. So you want to talk a little bit how you're using iReady?
Yeah, this is our first year with iReady for the math program or whatever. So we use it 3 times a year. Okay. We have it for the assessments, and we get to see how the kids are progressing. And it breaks it down into different, subsets. So we're able to see really where to pinpoint and work with the kids, and it helps out a lot. Right. And they use it in ELA as well. Yeah.
And now, so math is pretty much the biggest part of your day, that block. But there's so much more. So, in my experiences, so our elementary schools, K-5. So we have to lean on our fifth graders to be the leaders of the school. They set the tone for everything. So as good as a school is going to be, it's going to be dependent on our fifth graders being those leaders, being the models for the other students. And, during the break, you shared with me some of the things that the fifth graders are taking those leadership roles. If you want to share that.
Yeah, so we have partway through the year, we start to identify the younger kids that need a lot of, more support with their reading. And so we have our fifth graders go down and tutor the first graders in the morning. So for about the first 15, 20 minutes of the day, we have kids that are our fifth graders go down into the first grade rooms, and they have different manipulatives and things like that, and power words and things to work with the kids to show, to help them out. So that's one thing that they do, and they love that. We also have kids that in the fifth grade that go into the art classroom and help out with the inclusion classrooms and the autistic classrooms, so they actually have more hands so they can do the art projects and things like that. And the kids really do enjoy working with the autistic students. We have a safety patrol that's very active. They help out in the morning with the kindergartners with their breakfasts. They help out at the end of the day with bus dismissal. They work through the monthly celebrations. And if we ever need volunteers for anything, we call on the safety patrol, which is our fifth graders again. So they're very active in our building.
Wonderful. And so fifth grade, again, I know we're getting ready for state testing and so forth, but the springtime is the best in a school, right? I know there's a lot of energy. We got to make sure we're staying focused on our instruction. But as we get to May and June, a lot of fun activities for our fifth graders. So where's that fifth grade trip at?
We're going to Lavoie Theater.
Lavoie Theater.
And we're going to see Alice in Wonderland, which I'm very excited about. And we have Olympic Day that comes up too, so the kids are always getting ready for that. I just said to them, I said, you got to get ready because we're going to be practicing the mile run very soon. So they get ready for that as well. So that's a big thing. I think Olympic Day is bigger than anything.
Olympic Day
is
bigger
than anything. Yeah.
Did you win last year?
We always win.
You always
yes.
win.
Mark it down.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, last year, I believe in the sprint. What was it? Is it the 100 meter? The
Yes.
200? Oh, one of your students.
We've got a couple kids that can motor, that's for sure.
Yeah, I love it. The Sharks come strong for it. So a lot of great things happening with our fifth graders. Thank you, Ms. Silvestri. Now, even outside of what's happening, you can hear about how she's leading our fifth graders, but also she's a leader to the teachers. So she's been a huge proponent to make sure that teachers have what they need from a wellness perspective. And you were a guiding force in us to create a district wellness committee. Mm-hmm. So thank you for being a part of that committee. And we've had a lot of fun activities that have been planned, but we're just constantly making sure that we're supporting teachers. And so right now we have, I know Millville Nutrition's offering, some discounts for shakes. Mm-hmm. We're bringing in some physical education. I know there's yoga happening. Yeah. Have you done any of the yoga yet?
I have not. But I do know people that have, and they're enjoying it. Yes.
Right. And now we even opened up the high school weight room. Mm-hmm. Mr. Reissek, have you seen that, the weight room?
I have not seen that.
Yeah, come on over, take a look at it.
It's
so
nice.
that is now being offered to our staff. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you can, again, so we have to make sure that we're supporting our teachers as much as possible. And we're just touching the surface on this. So we will grow in that. If you want to add anything from a wellness?
No, we have the wellness newsletter that goes out now every month that has healthy recipes, has different resources for teachers to find if they need help with something or if they, they need like counseling or any type of thing from any type of situations that they may be in. We have all that information right there for them, and it's there every month.
Great.
I was going to say I love this fact that the district's really made this a priority. We do so much to help other people. It's important that we take the time to do things that help ourselves. And so kudos to the district for doing that, because again, it's certainly something from a mental health standpoint to just physical health. Yeah. The rewards of being physically active is important.
Right. So thank you. So I believe that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for being here. So we have Ms. Silvestri and Mr. Reissek. So thank you once again. And we'll come back. Next segment will be all about the district activities initiatives out there. Thank you.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services, including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
Welcome back to Inside the District. I am Dr. Matt Mazzone, Superintendent of Millville Public Schools. So thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed our first two segments highlighting Silver Run Elementary School. So we had Mr. Reissek, principal, and also Miss Silvestri, one of our teachers there. So you heard a lot of wonderful things that are happening at Silver Run. This part of the show, we like to highlight our district. So what are those things that are happening right now? So happy CTE month. And you're like, what is CTE? So it stands for Career and Technical Education Programs in our schools. So CTE encompasses many different types of courses that prepare our students for high demand careers. And at Lakeside, so we can first highlight what's happening at Lakeside. So they offer 5 disciplines to our 6th and 8th grade students, and that consists of photography, video production, graphic design, STEAM, so that is science, technology, engineering. The A stands for art and math. And last but not least, sports marketing. So that is what I'm hearing is the number one course that they're offering. Many students are trying to get into that course. And then many of these classes are collaborating on projects. So even if you're in one, you're working across curricular. So recently, our photography and sports marketing students worked together on a special project that combined their courses of study. And now let's go over to the high school. So many offerings. And that was highlighted at the Board of Education meeting that occurred on Monday. Thank you to Miss Stacy Musey, who is our supervisor of CTE programs, and she does a great job. And you can see on the screen the many different offerings that we have from childcare, technology, business. We have automotive, culinary. It's just an endless possibilities for our students. And students, this is an important aspect of this. Students are not limited to taking just one track. So many different schools, if you sign up for culinary, that's the track that you're on, but not at Millville High School. Students are able to take up to 2 to 3 different CTE programs. And like I said, I love cooking, but also I think it's important to be part of the automotive as well. So you can do both of them if you're attending Millville High School. And now let's go on to our scheduling online. And this week, we had a meeting with our sending districts. So thank you to everyone that participated. So we had our sending districts come, and we have to make sure that our students are getting online, they're registered, and they're ready to start their high school experience. And the same goes for if you're moving into Millville. So right now you can go online to the student portal, and there's this, it's called the academic plan, and it's known as Campus Student. So it allows students to not only build their schedule for next year, but plan out their entire career when they're at the high school. Students can now look ahead and make sure they're taking the courses they need to get there through graduation. So in order to graduate, you have to take certain courses. So this will assist in that. Now let's move on to our athletics. So boys basketball, first round of playoffs was Thursday night. They had a tough loss to Cherry Hill East, and that was in the first round of the playoffs. But congratulations to them. They had a lot of great wins this year, so they just finished up their season. Let's move on to wrestling. So we start Region 8 wrestling tournaments at Williamstown, and that is Friday and Saturday. So good luck to our wrestlers competing in that. And spring sports are around the corner. I believe we're starting next week practice. So that's an exciting, and it's the first time we're going to welcome a new sport, and that's our unified team. So stay tuned for that. And that's going to, our unified sports program will take place. That sport will be track and field. Last but not least, Beetlejuice. So let's talk about that. And Miss Finney said I had to say Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I think I said it right. So come out, and so the performance is Friday night at Lakeside. So the Beetlejuice, and there will be 2 shows, and it's going to be Friday and Saturday. And the curtain opens at 7 p.m. on both nights. And just a little bit about the show. So in this show, it's from the award-winning Broadway musical by Lydia Dietz, and her father moved to a new house that, of course, has to be haunted by ghosts and Beetlejuice. So Beetlejuice is a delightful demon with a real zest of life. So come on out, and you can see, I believe, tickets can be purchased online using the QR code that you see on the screen, and also tickets can be purchased at the door. So make sure you come out, support. So hopefully on this show, you heard about great things that are happening at Silver Run. And next month, we will highlight another elementary school, and you'll get to hear more about the great things happening. But even besides that, a lot of great things happening with our CTE programs. And I'm proud of our students, staff, and our administrators that are champions for that program. We continue to grow those programs. One other I'm going to highlight this time is our Air Force ROTC program. So we want to get that off the ground. So hopefully that for next year will be another offering to our students. So we're working to get that moving forward. And again, sports, we're getting ready for that. So we got our softball starting and baseball along with track and field. I'm sure I'm missing some more, but we'll be highlighting them as we go. And again, our arts. So thank you to all of our performing arts students and staff. A lot of great things happening in Millville. So this ends February. We're getting ready to roll into March. I just want to say thank you to everybody for watching, and we'll be back next month. Thank you again. Go Bolts.
The preceding program was produced by the Millville Public School System in conjunction with Quinn Broadcasting and is available on Facebook, YouTube, and Channel 22.